Hi comrades, this is your Kayveeyes, and for the examination purposes, we are seeing the important gist of various rules. And this episode is related to the rulings of Volume 6 Part 1 purely for the examination purpose. This has been compiled with the previous year question paper and also the importance of the rules in which the questions we are expecting. So let us discuss about the volume 6 part 1. Night post office will carry the work of booking of register article including the VP article and sale of postage stamp and Sunday and other post office holidays also. Rule 2. Memorandum of distribution of work is issued by the divisional superintendent. Rule 4. A nominal role is the record of a postal assistant actually at work in a post office on any given day, maintained in Form MS-12. Nominal roles is maintained in Form MS-12. It should be written up by the postmaster. A nominal role on similar lines may also be maintained for the postman and village postman in offices where their staff strength is more than 25. Rule number 4. If the postman's strength is more than 25, nominal role shall also be maintained for the postman also, but in other cases, nominal role is restricted only to the PA establishment. This is as per Rule 4. Attendance register that should be maintained in Form S37 will be maintained by every post office having more than one clerk. In case of single-headed offices, there is no need for maintaining the attendance register. If there are more than one PA only, the maintenance of attendance register will come. This is as per Rule 4A. Village sorting list that will be prepared in Form M52 and that should be supplied to each post offices by the subdivisional inspector. A route list in Form M53 is also issued by the subdivisional inspector to all the village postmen. Rule number 5. The village sorting list, once in a month, it should be examined by the sub-account assistant. Rule 5. The yearly village return, MS-88, that should be maintained in MS-88. That should be compiled in the month of February of each year. Should be kept by the sub-account assistant, showing the number of articles of all sorts received for delivery in each village within the jurisdiction of the office. As soon as the compilation is over, it should be totaled, signed by the postmaster and forwarded to the subdivisional head. Rule number 6. MO stamp and insurance stamp should always be kept in the custody of the postmaster. Rule number 21. This is very important. MO stamp, insurance stamp, they should be kept under the custody of the postmaster as per Rule 21. Head of circle circulars are ordinarily issued by the heads of circle once in a month as per Rule 24. Nowadays they are not issuing the circulars, but as per the rule they should issue once in a month, that is heads of the circles circulars as per Rule 24. Any information received by the officer of the department officially should not be made public, but these restrictions are however not applicable to the competent court of law, district magistrate and commissioner of police or district superintendent of police. Rule number 17. Leather cashback should be used when the amount of currency notes exceed Rs 500. Rule number 27. The preservation period of the stock book of the post office is 10 years. Rule number 25. The preservation period of the nominal roll is permanent as per Rule 25. The following records should not be destroyed without the special permission of the head of the circle. What are all those? Post office order book that should not be destroyed. Register of undeliverable passbook in deposit in head office. Post office certificate ledger. Correspondence regarding which inquiry is in progress or connected with the cases which have not been fully decided or closed. This is rule number 25. When a remittance is to be sent by post, the money should be placed in leather cash bag and the same should be sealed. The cash bag, along with the remittance advice and acknowledgement, should be dispatched inside the registered bag. When remittance is to be sent in charge of a special carrier, the amount should be made over to the carrier and he should acknowledge the same in the treasurer's cash book. This is rule number 28. The loss of identity card should immediately be notified by the head of the circle in his circular. This is rule number 32. The annual fee of business reply card should be realized in advance and credited to UCR. 32. We have already seen in the PO guide also, annual fee should be credited in advance. If a VP article is found in the letter box, the sorting clerk should, after noting the irregularity in the error book is being maintained in the form of MS2. That should show the article to the postmaster and made it over to the registration bar parcel clerk. If the article is fully prepaid with the postage, registration fee and also the VP charges and is accompanied by a prescribed money order form duly filled up, it should be disposed as if it is presented at the window. In such cases, the receipt for the sender being handed over to sorting clerk and the sorting clerk should paste it in the error book. This is under the rule 33. And next, the postmaster must time to time examine the register and visit book MS 86 of the village postman attached to his office. Rule number 39. On the first of each month, a statement of cases pending at the end of the preceding month should be prepared by the first class postmaster in form CPT3 in duplicate by means of carbonic paper, the top copy being retained for the office record and the lower copy being submitted to the superintendent of post offices as the statement of complaint. This is Rule 48. The suggestions and complaint book being maintained in form MS 94 will be kept by all post offices. Rule number 48B. The book of information is being maintained in each head post office and sub post offices. The book should be kept up to date and retained by the postmaster SPM in his personal custody. Rule 48C. Service books and service rolls are available in head offices and the head postmaster is responsible for the safe custody. Rule number 49. When a VP article is delivered as ordinary register article and the VP amount subsequently collected, the amount should be credited to UCR and VPMO issued by per contra charge to UCP. Rule number 227A. A VP article on which intimation has been served and lying in the deposit for 7 days can be retained for further 7 days and payment of fees. Rule number 231E. In case of refused or unclaimed VP articles, The VPMO form should be upper portion of the money order form destroyed and the lower portion with center certificates to be filed. Rule number 232. Under what circumstances the redirection charge is not applicable on redirection of a parcel? If the revised address of the addressee is within the same delivery office, no redirection fee can be collected. If the revised address of the addressee is within the same post town, if the parcel is returned to sender, and if the sender resides in a different address within the delivery area of the office or within the same post town, under these three circumstances, no fee can be collected for the delivery of the redirected parcel. The amount noted for remittance to sender of VP article can be altered free of cost at the request of the sender. The amount can be altered. This is as per Rule 210. Postage stamp can be affixed to Indian postal orders to make up the broken amount on the condition that the number of stamps should not exceed 4, the amount should not exceed Rs 3, the total value of the IPO including the stamp affixed therein should not exceed Rs 100. This is as per Rule 188. Unpaid postage abstract is a record in Form ACG 45 which is to be maintained by every head post office and sub-office to record the receipt and dispatch of unpaid articles. To avail registered journals, facility at least 200 registered articles have to be booked monthly. The sender of an inland registered article may obtain the attested copy of the addressee's receipt on application made to the post office within 6 months of the date on which the addressee signed the original receipt. Rule number 185. It will be ensured that the aggregate value of all the VP articles, including the articles, custom duty articles entrusted to an EDDA, that is GDS MD, does not exceed Rs 8,000. Postmaster Order Book MS1 has to be maintained in all the head post offices. Rule number 50. In post offices where the duties of the PS are combined, the combination is permissible is delivery and mail. Rule number 4. The custom duty due on letter bar packets of the foreign letter or mail should be realized and brought into separate head at the post office. Rule number 182. Business reply cards and envelopes should be taxed at the prepaid rate of postage and handling charges. Rule number 32. If an insufficiently prepaid VP article is found in a letterbox, it should be returned to the sender. Rule number 33. Loose account bags containing cash bags will be in the personal custody of the treasurer. Rule number 67. Transit bags means several bags intended to be dealt with the office enclosed in a bag addressed to the office. Rule number 33. Redirection fee for redirecting parcel should be collected in the form of undefaced postage stamps. Notice of hours of business for PO and RMS officers should be supplied by the divisional head, that is, Senior Superintendent of Post Officers or Superintendent of Post Officers of the division or SRM or SSRM of the RMS officers. Left India articles have to be forwarded to RLO immediately. The time limit for requesting the copy of the addressee receipts of registered article is 3 months. The notice of hours of business for branch post offices will be supplied by the subdivisional inspectors. Postal mails superscribed in On India Government Service received for delivery containing both names and address of the officer to be delivered or redirected according to designation. Containing only the name to be delivered according to the name of the addressee. Postal mails not bearing the superscription on India Government Service but contain the name and designation officer to be delivered or redirected according to the name. This comes under Rule 10. A letter delivered to an addressee can be reposted within the post town for redirection at free of cost. Rule number 71. When a VP article is redirected, intimation should be served to office of posting. Preliminary sorting of mails has to be done by the post office. Rule number 84. The postman returns undelivered, unpaid articles to the postmaster. Rule number 123. An article bearing On India Government Service addressed to the officer of Central Government Service bearing his name and designation is delivered to the designation only. Rule number 101. To ascertain the punctual clearance of letterbox, the postmaster should post test letters. Rule number 73. Delivery beat lists are prepared by the postmaster of the concerned post office. Rule number 102. Window delivery tickets are meant for receiving fully prepaid unregistered mail in a locked bag. Rule number 100. In a case of inward unpaid foreign mails, the article can be taxed by the Office of Exchange in India. Rule number 115. Accounts and branch office bags received in mail bags should be transferred to the treasurer. Rule number 106. The unpaid station bundles addressed to the office should be made over unopened by the delivery PA to the postmaster. Rule number 108. The post unregistered articles to be transferred to the deposit department at the time of delivery will comprise articles to be redirected, articles to be deposited, articles the addresses which are not known, articles with undecipherable and incomplete addresses, articles with fictitious addresses. Rule number 113. Particulars of window delivery ticket issued should be entered in Register of Window Delivery Tickets. MS 23, Rule number 100. Window delivery ticket is being prepared in Form MS 24, Rule number 100. Post boxes and bags entitling the renters to receive delivery of all fully prepaid unregistered letter, ILC, postcards, newspapers and packets. Rule number 100. Beat instruction register should be prepared in Form MS 32. Rule number 102. Book of addresses instruction is maintained by the deposit assistant. Rule number 133. Undelivered acknowledgement cards are to be destroyed after 4 months. Rule number 143. If an article is issued by RLO, either for delivery to the addressee or to return to the sender, cannot be delivered, it may be redirected whenever the revised address of the addressee sender is not known to the post office. Rule number 139. Undelivered packets, all unclaimed unregistered articles, including registered newspaper, should be returned to sender after 7 days. Rule number 143. There are two kinds of instructions, that is one permanent instructions and temporary instructions. Permanent instructions are valid for 3 years. Temporary instructions are valid for 3 months. Rule number 133. Instructions regarding authorizing the post office to pay money order to another person are valid for 3 years. Rule number 133. If the addressee of an ordinary article is not traceable and address of the sender is not noted in the article, the deposit PA forward it to the return letter office after passing remark in reading after keeping in deposit for 7 days. Rule number 143. An article for which notice of arrival has been tendered to the addressee, it cannot be redirected to address elsewhere. Rule number 131. Unclaimed, unregistered article marked post restaurante should be kept in deposit for 1 month and after that should be sent to RLO. Rule number 143. First-class inward foreign mails on redirection are eligible for free redirection within India. Rule number 137. Instruction slip means that a document in which gift of instruction in connection with delivery or redirection of postal articles from public are communicated to the departments. Rule number 134. If an unpaid article sent to branch office is returned as undelivered, the article will be returned to sender after simply taking suitable entry in unpaid postage account in branch office. Rule number 130. All article of correspondence originally received for delivery in India by foreign post may be redirected to revised address to any place served by India Post or any country or place served by foreign post. Rule number 137. If an addressee of a registered letter on signing in delivery slips refuses to sign in acknowledgement, a remark regarding refusal should be written on the acknowledgement and the article should be delivered. Rule number 117. The official who initials in the postman book in token of receipt of registered letter acknowledgement is the registration PA. Rule number 183. Parcels weighing about 10 kilograms should be delivered only at the window of the post office. Rule number 180. BP article can be kept in deposit from the date of intimation to 7 days. Rule number 231. An unclaimed VP article should be returned to the sender after 7 days. Rule number 231. Fee to be collected when a registered parcel is redirected to the neighboring district is half the rate excluding the registration charge. Rule number 199. VP article received for delivery without VPMO form will be filled in with reference to the entries available on the article and the article will be sent out for delivery. Rule number 227. Unclaimed articles of letter mail with remarks not known and left or returned to sender after 7 days. Rule number 143. Insured articles addressed to minor may be delivered to the minor in the presence of person who take care of the minor. Rule number 204. Limit of insured articles that can be entrusted to a postman for delivery in his beat is up to ₹500. Rule number 202. Parcel may be detained in the office of delivery after serving intimation and up to 7 days. Rule number 191. The charges to be collected when a registered letter already delivered is presented with a revised address for registration. Fresh registration fee has to be collected. Rule number 171. An attested copy of the addressee's receipt of registered articles, if applied by sender, can be given on payment of prescribed fees in the form of postage stamps. Rule number 185. If the addressee of inward foreign parcel is aggrieved on the customs duty imposed on the article, he can request for return of the article to the customs for reassessment of the article. Rule number 182. Redirection fee due on refused inland parcel or redelivery to sender can be cancelled when delivered at the office of issue or at the same post town. Rule number 191. Refused foreign register articles of letter mail should be sent to RLO through the PO at the headquarters of the circle. Rule number 191. Acknowledgement card attached to an unclaimed or returned register articles for redelivery to sender should be destroyed. Rule number 192. Inward foreign parcels on which intimation served can be kept in deposit at the post office for 15 days. Rule number 193. Insured bags, insured bundles received must be opened by the registration PA in the presence of the postmaster. Rule number 137. For foreign insured articles, acknowledgement special fee will be collected. Rule number 198. In the case of VPMOs issued at the office of delivery of the VP article, the MO receipt will be pasted to the corresponding VP receipt book. Rule number 227. The value of the single VPMO should not exceed Rs 5,000. Rule number 226. A nominal role on similar lines of postal assistant may also be maintained for postman and village postman if their strength exceeds 25. We have already seen as per Rule 4.2 and also Rule 3. Notice of hours of business shows the hours fixed for delivery and dispatch of mail and for the transaction of business with the public. Rule 51. The subdivisional head concerned will supply the notice of hours of business to the branch post offices. Rule 51. A village sorting list in Form M52 will be prepared and supplied to each office by the subdivisional inspector. Rule 5. The compilation of yearly village returns should synchronize with that of the first enumeration return in the month of February each year from the 1st to 14th, both days inclusive, in Form MS 88. Rule 6. A memorandum of distribution of work of a first class HO is approved by the postmaster of that first class HO. In a memorandum of distribution of work, the work of the sub-account department should not be entrusted to the mail or sorting assistant. In any office with 3 or more hands, the savings bank counter assistant and the assistant in charge of the sub-account department should not be allowed to hold charge for more than 3 years and 6 months respectively. Every safe supplied to an office will have double locks and key of one will be kept during and after office hours by the postmaster and the key of the other by the treasurer. This comes under Rules 23. An article intended for dispatch as value payable disposed of when found in the letterbox by the mail assistant, he should deface the postage stamp affixed to it. Rule 33. Complaint and suggestion book will be kept by all the post office and will be made available to all the members of public without their asking for it. Rule 48. Postmaster order book is maintained in head offices only by the postmaster in Form MS1. Rule number 50. The amount shown under postage on article delivered by the office will be taken as postage revenue realized from unpaid articles in the BO accounts, SO account, bar HO summary. Separate book of addresses instructions are maintained for temporary and permanent instructions. Articles posted in India at inland postage rates may be redirected to any place of India served by the inland post and the return instructions of the addressee. Rule number 137. Firms, offices, and other persons who occasionally post a large number of registered articles, that is 100 or more on any occasion, may also be given sufficient number of sheets in special journal. Rule number 178. Parcels both inland and foreign can be redirected only under the written instructions of the addressee or his agent. Rule number 189. Inland parcels cannot be redirected out of India. Rule number 189. Redirection fee of parcels may be paid in advance or at the time of delivery. Rule number 189. If the redirection fee for foreign parcel in India is not prepaid cash, the amount due on this account should be entered on the redirection label in verse under the initials of the postmaster. Rule number 189. Insured articles exceeding the prescribed value which could not be sent out for delivery through postman are delivered only at the window of the post office. Rule 203. A VP article has been delivered as an ordinary register article. The value of the article and the money order commission should be recovered from the addressee. A receipt in Form ACG 67 should be granted to the addressee. Rule number 227A. Every month, the head of the circle should submit to the Office of the Director General a statement in Form MS 14C containing the statistics of ordinary, registered, insured, and BP articles of both the letter and parcel mail posted in post office and in mail office. The due mail and sorting list in Form M9 for post office, mail offices and sections in communication with officers and section in more than one RMS division will be prepared and supplied by the head of the circle. Due mail and sorting list consist of two parts. One, due mail list, and second, sorting list. A postal article containing filthy substance is prohibited from transmission by post. If any postal article is found to contain filthy substance, it may be opened and destroyed under the orders of the head of the circle. Article containing circulars of flattery are destroyed under the orders of the head of the circle, who should record his orders in writing, indicating the reasons for ordering such destruction. The head of the circle in which the office of posting is situated is competent to decide the claims for the compensation of loss of insured articles. Claims in the case of damaged should be decided by the head of the circle under whose jurisdiction the office of delivery is situated. Copies of sorting orders are supplied direct to all superintendents, inspectors, record officers, and sub-record officers in the circle. A register of payment system dispatches should be maintained in Form M162 by the Superintendent RMS for his division, in which particular of the introduction of all dispatches under the payment system should be noted. No article superscribed as COD article is to be delivered without collection of COD amount from the addressee. Only COD amount to be collected and no other fee or commission has to be collected. There is no redirection facility for SPCOD articles. Articles for which amount to be collected is more than Rs 10,000 will be given window delivery. Such articles will be handed over to window delivery clerk under proper accounts. If the addressee PIN code for SPCOD articles does not match with the delivery of his PIN code, such articles has to be returned to the sender. Do not deliver such articles. Once SPCOD articles are entered in postman delivery module, the same cannot be redirected in any case. SPCOD articles for which the COD amount is more than Rs 10,000 shall be given only window delivery. Refused SPCOD article should be returned to sender on the day of refusal itself with proper remarks. Nominal role is a record of postal assistant actually at work in a post office on any given day maintained in Form MS-12. It should be written up by the postmaster whenever a change, either temporary or permanent, is made in the duty of any member of the clerical staff. Village sorting list shows in alphabetical order the list of villages in the beat of each village postman of the office. The list should be hung up in the post office near the sub-account assistant's table. Rule 5. Yearly village return should be kept by the sub-account assistant in the prescribed form, showing the number of articles of all sorts, including money orders, received for delivery in each village within the delivery jurisdiction of the office. Rule 6. Memorandum of distribution of work. In offices where there are more than one postal assistant, a memorandum of distribution of work in Form MS-11 should be drawn up, showing the duties assigned to them and got approved by the superintendent. If an article intended for dispatch as valuable found in the letterbox after entering the irregularity in the error book of the sorting postal assistant should show the article to the postmaster. The article with the Form MO 51 should be made over to the registration or parcel department under accountants in the error book, and the article should be disposed of by the registration or parcel assistant as if presented at the window. Rule number 33. Unpaid postage abstract. Unpaid postage abstract is the record in Form ACG 45, which is to be maintained by every head office and sub office to record the receipt and disposal of unpaid articles. With the sanction of the Superintendent of Post Offices, firms and offices which post at least 115 uninsured letters articles monthly are allowed the facility of having a special registered journal supplied to them. Rule number 178. Inward foreign parcels can be redirected within India on the same condition as applicable to inland parcels. Rule number 189. When the redirection fee is paid in advance for redirection, it should be converted into postage stamp and affixed to the parcel, which should be shown to the postmaster. The postmaster should check the parcel in reading the word the redirection charges paid under his initials. The postage stamp should then be defaced with the obliterating stamp. The parcel assistant should make an entry in the addressee's receipt, delivery slip regarding the revised address and date of redirection in respect of inland and foreign parcel redirected. Rule number 189. The amount originally specified for remittance to the sender of a VP article can be altered on the return request of the sender through the Office of Posting. Rule number 210 within bracket H. The VP article can be delivered free of charge on the return request of the sender through the Office of Posting. Rule number 210 H. When a VP article has been delivered as an ordinary registered article, the value of the article and the money order commission should be recovered from the addressee and the amount so recovered credited in the accounts under the unclassified receipts. Rule number 227A. When the addressee of a VP article complains that he has been defrauded and if the money order has already been dispatched, the Office of Payment should be wired to stop payment pending the orders of the head of the circle. Rule number 51.5. Preliminary sorting of mails is done by the post office. Rule number 84. The postman returns undelivered unpaid articles to the postmaster. Rule number 123. The unpaid station bundle addressed to the office should be made over unopened by the delivery PA to the postmaster. The paid unregistered articles have to be transferred to the deposit department at the time of delivery will comprise articles to be redirected, articles to be deposited, articles the addressee of which are not known, article with undecipherable and incomplete address, articles with fictitious address. Rule number 113. Comrades, the above are not exhaustive. However, these are all sufficient for examination purposes. So kindly go through it once again and again. So far the volume 6 part 1 is concerned, these are all the important areas in which one should have a thorough knowledge for writing the competitive examination, either postman or the postal assistant. I hope for the best. With my best wishes, yours Kayveeyes. Thank you, comrade. Thanking you.